The morning show here on Arise News. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, this week came under attack by another functionary of the Buhari administration for allegedly indulging in practices that effectively undermine the anti-corruption stance of the government he serves in. On Wednesday, Chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Ishe Sage, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, accused Malami of deliberately frustrating and aborting cases involving government officials and some political figures. What does this development portend for the president's war against corruption? Is the president's team still pulling in one direction? For a look at this and other questions, we're now being joined by Onyekachi Ubani, a former chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association, Ikeja branch, Lagos, and a one-time second national vice president of the association. Closer to home, Mr. Ubani, on his own part, has sued the Justice Minister and Attorney General for allegedly taking steps to weaken the Nigerian Bar Association. Onyekachi Ubani, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the morning show. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ruben Abati. I want to also extend my greetings to Ufai and Adesua, the trial.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, quickly, two questions. First is your objection to the decision of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice to amend the rules of professional conduct. You argue that he took a unilateral decision without recourse to the General Counsel of the Bar, whereas the Attorney General says his decision is based on Section 12 of the Legal Practitioners Act, which gives him the powers to act as he has done in this particular matter. And secondly, you resigned your position as a member of the caretaker committee of the Nigerian Bar Association Ikeja branch on the ground that there was also a violation of the bylaws of the association. Now, do you want to? Would you like to talk about these two issues in which you are directly involved? In one case, you went to court. In another case, you resigned your position.
Yes, thank you very much, Ruben Abati. I am not aware that the Attorney General has issued any statement justifying the amendment that was done on the rules of professional conduct of legal practitioners. I went to court, you are very right, because of the fact that I felt that it was wrong for the Attorney General to unilaterally alter the rules of professional conduct of legal practitioners in Nigeria without recourse to the General Counsel of the Bar, which you have rightly pointed out, is actually the organ authorized and empowered by law to alter the rules of professional conduct amongst lawyers. But that was done purportedly unilaterally without recourse to them, because some of the members of that body issued a statement disclaiming the fact that they were at any meeting whatsoever in which that issue was discussed. So I'm in court. The court over the issue, and the matter is yet to be assigned. I understand that there is an approach. The state of Nigerian Bar resolution of the matter. He is in contact with the Attorney General and the entire Ministry of Justice. So that actually iron out the matter. If there is any such move, I will gladly to allow such a opt out. But if they insist that law must stand, that's what I know. Attorney General power actually now rule
of okay, Mr.
Then on the issue of my resignation, that is correct. I resigned yesterday as a member of the caretaker committee of the Nigerian Bar. After administration of Usoro Senior I made me in order to ensure that we have an election. Now, there is a contentious article that has always been an issue, Article 3, 6, 3 of the Uniform Bylaw of the Canvas. That particular article is said to have a retrospective. The totality of that law is that if any member has held offices twice, he has to wait for 5 years before he can run for it at the branch level, and at national level, 10 years. Found out that a petition was written against one of the members of the Ikeja of chairmanship, and he has run and was in office for 10 years and has not exceeded, has not stayed up to 5 years as required by law. They want to clear him the caretaker, and that is clearly against the law of the national. So I have to say that that's the wrong thing to do. Used to, I had
all right.
Yesterday, that is actually what happened.
Okay, Mr. Ubani, I'd like to ask you a question, but it would seem as if your mic has dropped, so your audio level has dropped as well. If you can kindly help us put it back.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to ask you about what seems like a discordance between those who are supposed to be supervising the anti-graft war of the Buhari-led administration. On the one hand, it's the head of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Issa Sagi. On the other hand, is the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, the only minister whose position is guaranteed in the Constitution. What does this say about the anti-corruption war of the Buhari-led administration? What does this mean?
Well, the administration of Buhari told us, and of course promised Nigerians, that one of the reasons why he wanted power at all costs was that if we don't destroy corruption destroy Nigeria. And most of the that actually elected President Buhari was on the issue that the man was coming to fight for. But now, whether he has succeeded in giving that particular fight a fight, with what has been happening of corruption fight in Nigeria is a different ball game entirely. If you ask several Nigerians, they will tell you that the fight itself has not actually taken off. There has been noise about the fight against corruption. But what are the fundamentals that you require as a nation to actually deal with this particular cancer called corruption? As the president of the country or the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria actually put those particular measures in place that will actually discourage corruption and make it to be totally, not 100% eliminated, but up to 90%. And if you ask me, I have not seen those facts. I have not seen the measures that have been put in place. There has been an issue of trial of persons that are suspected of corruption. But my take about fight against corruption is that one, you have to look at the areas where corruption is committed in Nigeria. That has not been taken care of. What I mean by that is you must ensure that those areas through which politicians steal money, you close it off. One of the areas is this issue of what you call a security book. The president and the government have not stopped governors through that means. The local government fund has been misappropriated by governors all the while. The issue of contract award, which I know there is no standard in Nigeria, is also another area where these monies are being stolen. So I thought that the government that said they want to fight corruption would have started with all these measures to close the gap, to ensure that the means through which people steal money from government is closed. But all those areas are still open. You go to police to report a case today, you must pay money before your matter is recorded. Even after collecting the money, the police or other agencies start working towards getting money from the accused person. And at the end, no justice is being pursued. So we have issue with fight against corruption with this government. I am not too happy with the level it has gone so far, but they have made much noise about it. But whether they have succeeded in giving it a serious fight, I'm here to see. And that is my candid view concerning the fight against corruption by the present government of the President.
Mr. Ubani, if you can just push up your mic a little bit so we can get a better audio.
Yes. I want you to give me a few minutes to pick up my listen that actually, if you can interrupt this particular discussion for some few minutes, then I'll be able to, come back.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just give you those few minutes, about 1 or 2 minutes. I mean, if you just joined us, we still have Onyekachi Ubani. We're talking about, myriads of issues. He is taking the Attorney General to court, as regards an MBA issue. And we've got other issues. We're discussing anti-corruption this morning and the need to start another body to look at cases as regards recovery of funds and the likes. And, the back and forth between Issa Sagi and the Attorney General, Abubakar Malami, on this. So if you're ready, I could just give you the question now, if you're done.
Hearing me loud and clear now.
Excellent, excellent. It's better now. So I want to talk about what's going on in the NBA. Do you think all of this, and the Attorney General tried to, do this unilaterally, what he's doing as regards rules and the likes, do you think it's because of the infighting in the NBA? And I also want to know, what is the state of the Bar Association now?
You remember the interview that we had recently in this television with your crew? We discussed the issue of some members who are trying to create some crisis in NBA by trying to create a parallel Nigerian Bar Association. They call it New Nigerian Bar Association. And they wrote a letter to the Attorney General. And my fear, when the Attorney General responded that he's looking into the application, is that what would the Attorney General want to do with regards to a body dissident group trying to create a splinter group? Why would he say that he will be looking into that application? And so I wasn't shocked, when this particular unilateral amendment was made by the Attorney General, in which he has removed the compulsory usage of stamp and seal, which is a particular procedure that has been put in place to checkmate the influx of fake lawyers in the system. And of course, if you say you are a practitioner in Nigeria today, you must use our stamp and seal that identifies you as a lawyer. And that is the situation that also makes lawyers to come back to the various branches in order to pay their practice fee and their branch dues, in order to belong to a branch and create some level of unity and togetherness in the bar. But the issue of removal of that stamp and seal, we create clearly, disarray and create some level of confusion in the bar and make the bar not to be totally, united and destroy the essence of the bar in effect, in totality. Of course, they are senior advocate of Nigeria today. You will be recommended by Nigerian Bar Association. You want to be a judge, that will be recommended by the Nigerian Bar Association. So what will be the interest of any person trying hard in order to destroy the unity and togetherness of the bar? So I was totally shocked that you now remove stamp and seal from lawyers. And this is a particular structure put in place in order to ensure that we eliminate issue of fake lawyers in the system. So I don't understand why that is actually going on. But I tell you this, the current president is a man of peace. And he's going about trying to ensure that there is absolute peace in NBA. He has reached out to all the lawyers in the north. He has reached out to all the lawyers in the southwest and also to the lawyers in the southeast in order for us to come together. And I'm happy that even the splinter group are saying that they never intended to create any division within the Nigerian Bar Association, that they are coming together and they are pledging their loyalty to a united Nigerian Bar Association. So one is now shocked why the Attorney General did what he did. But I know that with the intervention of the president, there will be absolute peace and absolute resolution of this particular matter. There will be an amicable resolution. I have that absolute faith. I don't believe that the Attorney General will want to actually create crisis in NBA or split NBA and dismember it. No, I don't think he has such an intention. And if he does, he should be properly advised that that would not be the best course of action for him. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria, and he became one as a result of being a member of Nigerian Bar Association.
All right, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you, Onyekachi Ubani, for your time with us this morning.